Welcome to Talk with Sally. What an ordeal. So I've got the ribs all done. I've got a man on this side who's not going to be on camera, and my son on this side who's not going to be on camera because I respect their wishes. Anyway, if you've been following, my kid's laughing at me, slowing down, not being stressed. If you've been watching since about 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, we did 3 different half rack of ribs. We did one with onion powder, garlic powder, ground pepper, fresh ground pepper, and Himalayan sea salt. And then another one we had sorry, ADD moment for me. On another one, we had mesquite flavoring with some barbecue sauce. On the third one, we had mesquite flavoring with honey, brown sugar, and barbecue sauce. So I don't trust myself to be objective. Yes, I found the cover for my mic. Thank you. I don't trust myself to be objective. So I have the boys, because boys have a better palate than I do. I eat anything that's meat. So we're going to get started here. And we're going to see what we got. I apologize for being late. I plugged my mic in downstairs for an hour. And apparently it didn't work. So I had to charge it for 5 minutes. So if my mic dies, we'll just make it be the end. All right, I'm going to look and see. I'm hoping that I can tell by looking at these. Ooh, it smells so good. I'm pretty sure this one, by looking at it, is the pepper one. Can you see all the pepper on? You probably can't see all that pepper, but there's fresh pepper on there. So I'm going to go grab a knife right quick and cut them up and let them taste it. I'm going to taste it as well. I am going to have some black coffee in between each one to see which one I like the best. And so they can have whatever they want. But since my son's picky and he always puts either ranch or barbecue sauce on everything, he's not allowed to do that tonight. He has to taste it without those things. And now he's biting his fingernails. He's like, ah. Anyway, I just grabbed a knife and set it down. Thanks, babe. I have a hero. Don't press me. All right, so he's going to be first, and he is a meat connoisseur. He loves his meat. But yet he'll be honest about his meats, which is good. And I grabbed a dullest knife. I sharpened about 5 knives last weekend, and I grabbed the dullest one. All right, so this is just pepper. And then my child's going to just have just, not just pepper. So it's pepper, garlic salt, onion salt, Himalayan salt, and ground fresh pepper. Oh my goodness. Here you go. So you guys, you can be vocal. They're not going to be on camera because they don't want to be. So I give you a napkin. Everyone has napkins.
I'm too busy eating to talk, but it's really good. I like that.
So that one is, you like it?
Yeah.
So that one doesn't have any barbecue sauce or anything extra. It is simply garlic powder, onion powder, Himalayan salt, and just pepper. So no added things.
Yeah, it lets the natural flavor of the meat come through. I really
Oh,
like it.
good. And so I'm going to have a piece of it because I have been cooking this all day and I'm dying to taste it. And by the way, I found my mic cover on the floor in the kitchen. I'm glad I didn't lose it. All right, I'm going to try. I'm cutting it off the bone. What do you think, Taylor?
Very good.
Do you like it without any barbecue or any ranch or ketchup?
Nope, not bad at all.
You'd eat it without those things?
Yep.
We got one sold. So this brings up, for me, it brings out the natural flavor. So if you like the natural flavor of like pork or smoked ribs or pork ribs, it's a really good flavor. And like I said earlier, I smoked it. We did the preparation. We smoked it for 1 hour. We cooked it on 125 degrees, well, 60 degrees for 1 hour. And then we wrapped it in tin foil, added butter and the seasonings. And then we cooked it at 225 for 1 hour. And then we rechecked it and we ended up not needing to add any more butter or anything like that. So I may have twisted those up a little, but anyway. So there's the first one, first taste test. It's so good. So this is just the plain one. I say plain, so it's just garlic, onion, Himalayan salt, and pepper with nothing else added. It's very juicy, and it's coming right off the bone. So I'm waiting for these two fellas, one to the right and one to the left, to finish theirs, to give them their second tasting.
I'm ready.
You ready? I thought you still had some meat left. We're not in a hurry. They think I'm in a hurry.
I want to taste the other one before I get full on this one.
Okay, so they're going to taste the others first. Okay, so the next one, hold on one sec. It's going to be prepared very similarly. So we smoked it, or, oh my gosh, I'm having an ADD moment. Don't do streams for 4 hours in one day. At the very beginning of the day, we took the membrane off. We added butter to each of them. So each of them have butter. And then we did things a little bit different working with seasoning. One, we did onion powder, garlic powder, Himalayan salt, pepper. On another one, we did butter. We did mesquite rub. So we both did the mesquite rub on both of them at the same time. And then we put them in tin foil at that point. And when we did that, my family's laughing at me because I do well when no one's around. I'm shy.
Someone's laughing.
No one's laughing at me. I'm shy. I get distracted because I have ADD and I'm losing my focus, and it's nobody's fault but my own. And that's just my perfectionistic qualities. So anyway, all of them were smoked with the same things without having tin foil. So they all had seasoning on it. So one had the salt, the pepper, the garlic, and the onion, and the other two had just the mesquite powder. After 1 hour, I wrapped all three of them in the tin foil. And then on the second hour, or the third hour, I left the one alone. One of the mesquites, I only add barbecue sauce, which is Baby Ray's, just sweet barbecue sauce. And on the third one, I added brown sugar, honey, and Sweet Baby Ray's on top of the mesquite. So they're letting me know which one is their favorite. So I don't know exactly because I don't remember which order I took them out. So I'm going to look at it. And I'll be able to tell by the consistency because I can tell. I don't know if they will be able to. But that one for sure. Oh my goodness. They definitely look different. I might have to taste it, tell them. I should have marked them, I guess. All right. Ooh, they're still super hot. So while we were gone through our break, so that was 3 hours. In the last hour, after I added all that stuff, I cooked them for 30 more minutes at 250 degrees. And then I turned the smoker off and I just let them rest for 30 minutes. And it's actually been about 15 minutes now, all time told. I'm going to taste each of these so I can tell the difference before I have them taste them. One's going to be more sweet because it has barbecue sauce. Sorry, brown sugar. Didn't mean to say that. Ooh, you can tell by the thickness too. So the one with brown sugar has got a more thicker sauce than the one without. So we're going to taste the one that is the mesquite flavor with simply barbecue sauce added. And we're going to give the kid who likes meat the first taste. And it's very hot. Be careful. And I just stole his napkin. Oh, itchy nose. All right, so we'll let him taste his, and I'll take a nibble. These men have a different palate, I guess. They like me. I do too, though. Taylor, what do you think of that last one?
That was pretty good.
Pretty good, just plain without any. Usually he adds ranch, he adds barbecue sauce or something, or ketchup, weird things. Who knows? Not my kid. Milkman, maybe? I don't know. Just kidding. All right, so I'm going to taste a little bit of the barbecue with just mesquite without any brown sugar or honey. I'm going to drink some coffee first because I want to cleanse my palate. What are your thoughts?
Tastes good. Has a sweet taste to it. It's definitely different than the natural flavor, but I like both of them.
So far between the two without brown sugar and what do you think you like better?
I like the brown sugar one.
You haven't had the brown sugar. You've either had plain or just barbecue and mesquite.
Barbecue and mesquite.
So he likes the mesquite and the barbecue sauce over the plain. I make the plain because my daughter's picky, and that way, and usually my son is too, but they can add barbecue sauce or ketchup or ranch on top of it if they prefer. So I'm going to taste it and see what I think. What do you like better?
This one for sure.
So he as well. So I got rib bone. So he's in the camp of the mesquite with just the Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, the sweet barbecue sauce. And I hope I got these two right because this tastes pretty sweet. I might have them backwards and I will correct it and send a link if I'm wrong. But based off of the texture of the glaze or the sauce, I'm assuming this one is the mesquite and barbecue sauce. But I'll be able to tell in the next bite. All right. You guys ready for the next one?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, now I'm confused. But if that one is the brown sugar, it was really good. It's very sweet. I'm going to taste this real quick. This one I might have those backwards, so I'll correct it after this because that one was more sweet. And if that's the case, that one's the brown sugar with the honey. Which, this is what we do. We get things wrong sometimes, and it's okay. All right, so we're gonna, if this one's not super sweet, then this is just the mesquite flavoring with the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. All right, whoops. I don't know why I picked the dullest knife in all the knives I have, but I did. Ah, no, just not thinking. All right, Tay. One more, you ready?
Yep.
Are you still hungry?
Yep.
He went camping with his friends, so he came home starving, and I made him wait 30 minutes to eat dinner. All right, here's this one. All right, is that one not as sweet? Is that one more tart?
Yeah, I think the second was the more sweeter one.
Okay, so the second one we did was the one that had the mesquite barbecue sauce, which the brand is McCormick's, with brown sugar and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and honey. And the other one was just mesquite flavoring from McCormick with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And then if you remember, the first one was garlic powder, onion powder, Himalayan salt, and pepper. So the first one is if you have a picky person in your family, it still tastes really good, but it's not going to overwhelm the senses. And I think I just got something. I feel like I have something in my hair. Nope, I think I'm good. I think it's, look at me. Typical, right? Anyway, so I'm going to taste this, the second one with the, I'm slowing down and thinking here. What was that?
Brown sugar.
Yes. So it was just smoked with the mesquite powder from McCormick's. And then I added brown sugar, honey, and the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. For me, that is my favorite. And I added that on the third hour after it cooked and the meat was falling off the bone. And then I cooked it for a half hour. I turned off the grill and let it set for 30 minutes. And I brought it in the house, and between getting the camera set up and everything, it was another 15 minutes. I think that one's my favorite, but I'm going to double check and I'm going to taste this. I like that sauce. I think it'd be good on chicken. I think it might be good on pork chops. I'm going to experiment because the flavor was really, really good. And the meat was really tender. See how it's just kind of like falling off the bone? Whew, and it's still hot, in case anybody wants to know. All right, here. So this flavor is really good. It's still tangy and a little bit sweet, but not super sweet. My favorite is definitely the one that was cooked with mesquite rub for in the smoker. Then slow cooked for an hour. Then added honey, brown sugar, and Sweet Baby Ray's. That by far for me is my favorite. What do you think?
I agree.
Agree? Was 1, 2, or 3 your favorite?
I think this one was my favorite.
So you're like the less sweet. So he likes the more tangy and less sweet. So 2 against 1. Go back and watch the previous videos to see exactly what we did. It's been a long day, so my brain is like being jumbled up. I appreciate you being here, and I'm gonna come up and look and see if anybody's have any comments that I couldn't see. It's kind of hard. I'm definitely going to have to throw the shirt in the wash right away. Let's see here. Sorry, itchy nose. These ribs are torture. And this little guy over here, I don't know who was worse, my son or my guy, because they were both pretty hungry, craving ribs as soon as they smelt them. So I think it's pretty much a tie. I just about dropped the camera phone on the ground. Yeah, he likes ketchup. I don't know why, but he'll put ketchup, he'll put ranch, barbecue sauce on things he shouldn't, like things you should just eat normal. It was the most amazing ribs that I've had. I usually get them pre-seasoned from Costco. I was like, oh man, they're not pre-seasoned. I have to make them myself. Oh my gosh, what do I have to do? And honestly, I like these better. They turned out 1,000 times better, and they're probably about $15 cheaper just because without the seasoning, we got an extra rib. So save some money. You can go in your room. The camera only goes down the stairs. Oh, you want more? He wants more. I'm gonna take my camera outside, and these 2 boys can have whatever they want. So I'll answer any questions that you have. Respect their privacy. No bones for the dog, please. They're like, Mom, go outside so that we can have some more ribs. So I guess I had a success. So lesson learned. Pre-seasoned ribs taste really good, but I'm glad I experimented because all 3 of those little ribs were very moist. They tasted amazing, and they weren't really that hard. It was just experimenting. it was going to be a bad drop because in my house, everywhere I have tile. My whole entire house, because I didn't want to yell at my kids when they were growing up. I didn't want to get mad if they spilt milk. I didn't want to get mad if they broke something. So having tile, I didn't have to yell at them for stupid stuff that I should have just kept my temper. Sorry, trying to be careful with what I'm doing out here. So I put tile everywhere except for the living room. There's a rug, but that was cheap. It can be thrown away. And their bedrooms have carpet. They were only allowed to have water. So for me, I didn't want to be that parent that yelled for stupid stuff that were accidents. And I'm glad I did, because my kids, when they would go to their dad's house, would get so anxious if they accidentally spilled milk or if they accidentally broke a glass. I'm just like, it's replaceable. Who cares? At the end of the day, did you do it on purpose? No. So, but my phone is a different story. It's a lot more expensive than a really cheap glass. Hold on one sec. I'm going to sit down and answer some questions. I want to respect their privacy because they don't want to be on camera. And I get that because I'm typically someone who doesn't like to be on camera. Give me one sec and I'm going to be right back, okay? Taking my camera off. That I've got barbecue sauce all over my hands. I'm going to take this water and wash it off real quick. All right, guys, I'm back now. Sorry, I had to wash my hands off real quick everywhere. Thanks for your patience. I'm not sure how many of you have been here all day, but we started this process. But it was interesting to have 3 different ribs and to do a taste test of all of them. And all 3 of us definitely agreed that the mesquite rub, slow cooked for an hour or smoked for an hour, then wrapped in tin foil, add a little bit of butter. That was at 2-hour mark. 3-hour mark was add the honey. Sorry, my eyes itchy. Brown sugar, honey, and Sweet Baby Ray's, and just the regular barbecue sauce. And it was really tender. It fell off the bone, and it was scrumptious. So, does anybody have any questions? The other ones were prepped the same, minus a couple ingredients. Okay, well, I feel like that there's not many people here right now, but that's our conclusion. And I wanted to have someone else's opinion other than my own, because I'm definitely impartial. But it was a 3 to 0. All 3 of us agreed. I hope you all have a great day. I thank you all for being here and have been, all those who've watched since 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Thank you. The pond is just it. All of the leaks that I can see are fixed. I'm going to fill up the pond tonight. I'm going to let it sit, and then tomorrow we will do it. So if I don't see any water that's gone, then I'll move on and we'll start working other parts of the pond. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. Who won? The ribs that had the mesquite rub, smoked for an hour. Then we put on butter. And then at the 3-hour mark, we put on brown sugar, honey, and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Cooked them for another 30 minutes and then let them set for another 30 to 40 minutes. Those hands down were the best. Like, I've had store ribs before that were pre-seasoned, and those hands down are my favorite ribs. They were sweet, tangy, but not overwhelmingly sweet. And we just kind of ad-libbed it, and it was amazing. So anyway, pardon me. After eating those, I had a little let some air out. And I got so nervous with like when I'm on camera, I don't let any of my family around. Like literally, I'm like, go away. Don't come around me. I can't do it. I get distracted. I get tongue-tied. I'm putting this on the ground so it's not shaky. I apologize. I get tongue-tied. My ADD takes over and I just get overwhelmed. And I had to take a deep breath. And I had to slow down. So anybody out there who suffers from ADD, where you feel like you have everything under control, but your brain just wants to keep going, don't let that stop you. It has stopped me from a lot of things in my life. And I'm trying to overcome that because I get so anxious and overwhelmed and feel stupid. And just remember, take a deep breath. Everything's okay. If they weren't up there, I probably would have been fine, but I wanted their opinion. And their opinion is important. I cook for them. To me, food's food. I could care less. I like good tasting food. I like meat, but I want them to be happy. And so a win. We won. They loved it. So we have 3 great flavors to have tomorrow. They're all good. They were all very tender. Slow down, Sally. They were all very tender. They each had their own different flavor. So the one without the brown sugar and the honey was more of a sweet and tangy, and the other ones was more just sweet. You could taste the tang in it. But anyway, I hope you all had a great day. I appreciate you being here. And before Mike asked this question, I was saying I'm going to fill up the pond tonight, and I'm going to test out to see if it holds all the water. If it does, then I'll move to the stream and the lower pond, and then get all the fish and everything situated and get the rest of the flowers planted. But I hope you have a great day. I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys on the next one.